So, there's been a lot of discussion about characters needing to be banned or limited in some way in a competitive aspect, or even like nerfed, right, on a developer side. Right now, the main discourse is like Labcode 21, Happy Chaos, Minecraft Steve, Kazuya, and then Luke in Street Fighter 5. Luke got nerfed from top 1 to top 1. Haha, very funny, right? Every game kind of has these problems, but let's get into these real quick. These points are mutually correct. Happy Chaos is overpowered and makes for poor gameplay and a viewing experience, sure. However, you are not as good as you think at the game. You probably haven't done enough to train the Happy Chaos matchup, so why are you losing to Happy Chaos, really? This is a perfect sentiment. Hotashi is one of the best players in the world and played against one of the best Happy Chaos players in the world at a recent tournament. Not the Strive final. I believe it was like an offline major. It was like the first match of top 8, and he was down to like no life and brought it back. Or he was down like 3 games straight, I think. Games straight, and he brought it back 3-0. He reverse swept him. Nago versus Happy Chaos. Both those characters, very powerful characters, of course. But Happy Chaos, the way that he functions, is very infuriating. Not very fun to watch, not very fun to fight. So there is calls for like nerfing or banning Happy Chaos because he ruins the gameplay experience, right, and the viewing experience. Now, when you look at that, the people who are saying this the most, the people who are usually calling for bans for characters, are usually not people at the highest of level. As you can see, Hotashi doesn't think that Happy Chaos needs to be banned. He thinks that you need to do more as a player to lab the matchup and learn about the character instead of crying on Twitter. And I'm with him. We're in an age of like fighting in patches, right? So characters are going to change like that. They're going to quick snap in a hurry. Fighting game characters are going to change. They will not stay as broken forever. And another issue is banning that character or nerfing that character is going to just take us from hating that character to hating a different fucker. When Soul was top 1 in Guilty Gear Strive, for example, everyone said, ha, fucking plus on block mid, broken ass character, fuck Soul, this is the strongest fighting game character to exist in the past 10 years. Wrong, just factually wrong. Those people were smoking crack. There's way worse things that have existed in the past 10 years. Fucking AE Yun would like to have a chat with you, motherfuckers. You guys don't know anything about fighting games. You think Soul, Day 1 Soul in Strive was the most powerful thing you've ever seen. You've never played a fighting game before. Except Strive, clearly. And then when Soul got nerfed and the best characters became Ram Nago, is actually broken? Is actually not broken? I don't know who that is. Barbados from Gundam? Are you talking about Gundam? Now the discourse prior to Happy Chaos was Nago Ram. Nago Ram, big sword, normal characters. These characters take up half the screen. They close their eyes. They press H. They press jump H, and they fucking kill me. These characters are broken. What the fuck? This is so stupid. We need to nerf these characters. We need to fix these characters in some way. There will always be that character. There will always be the hated character. The hated character will always exist. It doesn't matter. That's why I think I had a previous talk segment that didn't get made into a video where it was like, one final patch, we need one more patch. Like, you don't need one more patch. That one more patch is going to fix some things about the game that you dislike, make new things about the game you dislike, and you're still going to be left in the same state. It's just going to be a state that you're more cool with because it's new. Ooh, new, right? I think that this is that same sentiment. If you ban the best character in a game, the next best character just becomes the most hated character. You ban Happy Chaos because he's shooting you, he's gatting you up from full screen with the fucking twin pistol. He's like bang, 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 nigga. You ban him, you're just gonna have to deal with Ram sword normals from full screen. She's gonna do this. She's gonna do some of this. Hold on, one sec. She's gonna do this is my heavy slash button. She's gonna do some of this. She's gonna fucking beat you and you're gonna cry. Okay, she's gonna have her eyes closed. She's gonna fucking jump heavy slash at you and you're gonna die. You're gonna counter. You're gonna be dead and the game's gonna be over. There's not gonna be anything you can do about it except learn how to deal with it. Learn how to get better at the game. Fine about the game. But in a memeier post, we have Sonic Fox. They said, okay, but real discussion, as much fun as I have playing Labcode 21, I actually think we as a community should ban the character. I love stick parts. I talked about stick parts earlier, Bun. You missed all that. I think as she is now, she isn't really healthy for the game, and she is an omega rule breaker. It might be time. Thoughts? Ban this fucking character or let her rock, bro. 51% of the players think she needs to be banned. 51%. And if we look at the characters, if we look at the players who are saying let her rock, it's the actual competitive players. The competitive players are like let her rock. It doesn't matter. OP needs what? OP needs nerfed. Maxi is fucking stupid. Maxi is actually one of the worst characters in the game. Soul Calibur. If you're talking about Soul Calibur 6, Maxi is one of the worst characters in the game. You just don't know how to you don't know how to play against him because you haven't labbed him properly, and that's okay. You're just wrong, but you're wrong and can fix it. Okay. The difference between fixing your playstyle and banning a character is if you ban one character, you're setting a precedent that if they are that powerful and they need to be banned, that in the future the community can just weed out every character that they do not like. At some point, the game of Street Fighter just becomes Ryu and Guile because they're gonna ban everything else. This character has rush down? Fuck no. Dude, this character doesn't play neutral? Fuck no. This character has a dive kick? Fuck no. This character has an answer to fireballs? Fuck no. And then the entire game just becomes Ryu, Guile, Ken, and Cammy. Or Ryu, Guile, Ken, Chun-Li. That's it. That's all of Street Fighter now. Bison, gone. Luke, gone. Bara, gone. Poison, gone. Guy, gone. Yun, rightfully so, gone. Right? These characters just no longer exist. They just get weeded out by the community who is too weak to just deal with them. Yes, Lapcode 21 is a very powerful character, but in that same sentiment, we've had just as dumb characters before in Dragon Ball. We've had Ultra Instinct Goku. We've had Kid Goku. We've had Bardock. We've had games that completely warp. We've had characters who completely warp the game, and they are on every fucking team their entire competitive season because competitive players want to fucking win. They're gonna play the things that are good. Get that through your head. You ban Lapcode 21, then the second best character is just gonna be on every team. It doesn't open the door to creativity, it opens the door to the next level down of competitive play. That's all it does. Minecraft Steve, not even a very powerful character, honestly. Just very infuriating to fight because of his hit and run style, and he's so good at it that it makes for lame smash matches. I understand. I get it. You guys want Unga Bunga Rushdown. You want Unga Bunga Rushdown? Learn how to beat Steve. Don't ban a character, and the weirder part is banning a character who's not even so good that they are ruining the game. Bayonetta in Smash 4, when there were talks of banning Bayo in Smash 4, understandable. That character ruined the game. Literally, people quit because of Bayo. People were switching to Bayo. Bayo was literally top 1. There was no arguing it. There was a top 8 that had 6 Bayos, kind of like there was a top 8 that had like 6 Leroys in Tekken 7. I don't think that is the answer because they didn't ban Leroy. The difference is that game is done. It is finished, and there are no more balance patches for Smash 4. So the state that Bayo is in on the final patch is the state that she will be left in. Same thing with Meta Knight, and Meta Knight's ban did not even last long. There were regions that tried to start banning Meta Knight in Brawl. They started to, and then other regions repealed it and said, no, you're just going to play with Meta Knight. You don't want to deal with Meta Knight? Use them. You don't want to deal with Meta Knight? Use a character that does well against them, like Zero Suit Samus or Marth. Do that. If you can't do that, use the fucking character. Don't cry about it. I don't think that that's a real argument, though, Dagson, because those people are clearly bad at the game. But those people don't. That's like, the Chrom side was legitimately broken. The Chrom side was a problem because Chrom was a top tier character that could also suicide and win. That was fucked up. Kirby is ass. Kirby sucks. If people are like, oh no, nerf Kirby because Kirby can drag you down. Like, dude, Kirby's like bottom 20 or bottom 30 on the roster, dude. Like, the game with like 70 characters. One sec. Nice. There was a point in the game, the Soul Calibur 6, where people were like, whoa, yo, I'll fuck you up with Kirby? No, you won't. You're not fucking me up with Kirby. That's not, I don't own Smash Ultimate, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm just gonna pick one of the better characters in this game. I'll probably just pick Diddy Kong, actually. I love Diddy Kong. He's got a banana, got good normals, got fucking amazing combo game. I'll fuck you up with Diddy Kong. Or Youngling, it don't matter which one. Anyways, the last time that I could see a character being banned was like in recent history, in like modern times, past like 5 years, was there was a glitch in Soul Calibur 6 during the beginning of the game where Voldo could actually use soul charges and supers while back turned without needing to spin. And like that is what that's what bans should be reserved for. Bans should be reserved for broken shit that literally does not work. This character, Andrew 21 Lapco, is not a rule breaker in the sense that she gets to do stupid things that like stop you from winning. She gets to do stupid things that are so much more powerful than the rest of the cap. But she's not doing free supers. She's not doing free second sparking blasts, right? She's not breaking the game, literally. I don't think there's any reason to not let this character rock. Same with a character like Happy Camp. Same with a character like Luke. Usually things are unfair when you don't also have access to them. You have access to these characters, fucking play them. Just use them. That's such an odd sentence to me. The only reason why I don't share that same mentality with a character like Volda who literally broke the game is because that's a bug. If it hadn't got banned, rock with it. Fucking use it. Volda wasn't very strong anyway, but you use it. Use that bug. Get your free soul charges. Get your free supers. Why the fuck not? You're competitive. You want to win. Don't complain. Don't complain. That's a silly thing to complain about, is how good these characters are. Especially because in the past, characters have been way more fucked up than this, and they just let it rock. Characters I can think of off the top of my head: General Zod in Injustice. Justice 1, by the way. Gorilla Grodd's Infinite, specifically, not Gorilla Grodd himself. Gorilla Grodd's Infinite in Injustice 2. A.E. Yun in Street Fighter 4. Ultra Elena in Street Fighter 4. Viola and Alpha Patroclus in Soul Calibur 5. These are all characters that are way more fucked up in their game than either of these two characters, and they were not banned because they didn't break the rules of the game. Truly, they were just very frustrating and infuriating to fight back. You can go back and watch like Capcom Cup. I think it was 2013, 2014, the grand finals. Daigo versus Kazunoko. Literally, Kazunoko was using a nerfed version of Yun. Anytime he neutral jumped. Didn't Leatherface have a full screen Infinite in Injustice? Leatherface, it was not in Injustice. Leatherface was in Mortal Kombat X. He was in Mortal Kombat X. And I don't think there was any full screen Infinites in Injustice 1. I don't think so. Not that I can remember. No, he had like, it wasn't an Infinite. It was like you had to jump out of it. And if you read the jump out, he could throw an axe. He could throw the chainsaw on you to get hit. Like, the move was like so plus on block that from mid-screen, not full screen, from mid-screen, you could not do anything other than jump. You tried to do anything else, you would just get hit by the next one. So you had to like, you had to just read it and duck and like slowly try to walk in. Well, it was like a true block stun. So you couldn't, the only thing you could do is jump. You couldn't even move. You couldn't walk forward. You have to like jump the low hitting ground chainsaw, and then you could start moving in slowly. But if you jumped and he read it and he threw the straight one, you'd get knocked down into the low again and he would just keep doing it. But like, it wasn't really that bad. It was pretty easy to deal with because there's armor in that game. So like, that's not that big of a deal, honestly. Like, there was way more fucked up shit in Mortal Kombat X. I will tell you that right now. No, it wasn't that bad. Like, there was way worse, more fucked up shit in MKX. I can tell you that for sure. Like, Tanya on release was fucked up. Was a fucked up character. Legitimately ruined the game. Like, she was fucked up. She had literally everything. She had the best zoning, she had the best rushdown, the best mix-ups, some of the best armored moves, and a literal armored launcher that was a teleport and put her into the air, which made it extremely hard to punish. She could neutral jump out of that punish, or throw a projectile out of that punish, or backdash in the air by using an additional teleport back, so you couldn't punish her. Like, it was a mix-up on a mix-up. It was... Ooh, that character was insane, and she wasn't banned. Character was insane. The way that I just described that character probably gave you PTSD. I love Tanya. She was sick. Yeah. Yeah, she was sick, all right. Sick in the fucking head. Yeah, she was. The point I'm getting at here is we've had significantly worse characters in the past that weren't banned and probably shouldn't have been. Honestly, I think that there's a lot of things that we can do as competitive players to reduce luck and add skill, and taking away the best characters in a game just because you think they're too powerful for you to deal with. I mean, if they're not inherently breaking the game, probably fine. I loved Ferritor. I did too. Ferritor was cool. I liked that she threw Thor. That's very funny. I'm trying to think of some other like banned worthy characters that aren't like, the last time I can think of characters being banned not due to their power level or a bug was like Soul Calibur 4, MK9, and like Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 2, when they started moving over to consoles for the tournaments, no, Tekken 7 Akuma isn't banned. No, Tekken 7 Akuma is not banned. I'm talking about guest characters in other games. Let me explain real quick, fun. In Soul Calibur 4, there was 3 guest characters. Starkiller, Yoda, and Darth Vader. Starkiller, Yoda, Darth Vader. And 2 of them were console exclusive. Yoda, Xbox 360, Vader, PS3, at least at the beginning of the game's life. So they banned both because depending on which console you played on, online and offline, you may not have had any matchup experience versus Yoda and Darth Vader. So they just didn't find it fair. Same thing with the console exclusive characters from Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 2, Link, Heihachi, Spawn were all banned. None of them were good. I'm going to tell you that now. For anyone who's like, oh, Link is banned because he's broken. Oh, Heihachi's banned because he's broken. Spawn is banned because he's broken. Spawn was trash. Link was trash. Heihachi was like lower mid. Okay, all 3 of those characters were fucking dog shit. Problem was when they started moving over to consoles, they did not allow you to use those characters in tournament because depending on which console you played on and learned on, you may have literally zero matchup experience against those characters. Same with Kratos from Mortal Kombat 9. Kratos was not banned because he was good. Kratos was banned because he was on one console when there was 2 consoles that were both tournament viable. Mainly, I think back in the day we used Xbox 360s for most tournaments. If I remember correctly, most tournaments I went to were ran like they had dual modded sticks like the Kanba, the 8-arc fusion, right? And the reason for that is because randomly there would be sometimes PS3 tournaments, but most tournaments were ran on Xbox 360. It had less lag, less frame drops, and I don't remember what else. I think it was just mainly that there was less lag and less frame drops. They were also cheaper and they were more available. I really think about it, but like I don't think that those were like reasons why they weren't ran on. So back in the day, those are reasons why characters would be banned. That's it. I can't think of a single modern fighting game character that needed or needs to be banned. People called for Falcon ban when they thought that we weren't getting any more patches for Tekken 7. I think we're finally done with patches for Tekken 7. And I don't think the Falcon needs to be banned. I don't think Akuma needs to be banned. I don't think any of these characters are so fucked up and broken in a sense where they ruin the game for every other character and they ruin the game in a viewing experience that they need to be banned. I doubt it. In my heart, I literally don't feel it. And I've watched a fucking pretty fucked up and broken and ruins the game to you, in your opinion. But clearly the devs think otherwise. And I don't think the devs are out there smoking weed, smoking crack, and they just don't know what they're doing. They just want hype things to happen. And guess what? A fucking 1-life comeback from Akuma, as much as you hate being on the receiving end of it, it's hype as shit. You're like, damn, he had full meter, FADC, full combo, ooh, broke the wall, ooh, broke the other wall, fucking launched him out of the, oh my gosh, he's dead. Like, that shit's sick. It was the same thing with Geese back in the day. People wanted Geese banned because Geese broke the game, was broken, and ruined the game. I don't even like watching his combos. You don't. I do. I love watching people suffer to Akuma. Love it. Well, absolutely love it. Just like I loved watching people suffer to Fakuram instead of just picking the damn character. That's like the biggest thing is you're not locked from not playing the character. And his matchup spread isn't so bullshit and fucked up that he beats every character and needs to be banned. Right? We're not in like a world where... Like, if we were in a world where this is the way I see it. Because I come from card games where balance patches and like ban lists happen frequently. The last tier 1 deck I played in Magic the Gathering was Temur Energy. 4-color energy, Temur Energy, Sultai Energy. Back in the Kaladesh, Aether Revolt, back in Amonkhet, and Hour of Devastation format. Okay? Now, here's the thing. I played that deck knowing that it was eventually going to get hit. But I played it as long as I could because it was the best deck. And it was fun. And it was cool to win with. Okay, I actually only liked Temur Energy because I thought it was really fucking cool, and Sultai Energy because I thought they were really cool fucking decks. Honestly, if they were still viable, if Kaladesh came back around and was in rotation again and they didn't nerf anything, I'd play Energy again because Energy was so fun. It was a cool good fucking. I had Meter in a fucking card game. I'm down. I'm a fighting player. I love Meter. Let's get some energy counters, right? But I knew that when I saw 8 energy decks in a fucking top 8, I'm sorry, 7 energy decks in the top 8. There was 1 control deck, 7 energy decks of different varieties, whether they were green, red, Teamer, Sultai, or 4 color. I knew that it was time for that deck to be banned. Because the meta had devolved so badly into everyone just running energy decks at the highest level. Everyone who wanted to win, essentially. If you weren't playing energy deck, you wanted to be a buy for somebody else. Tekken 7 is not that bad. There is not 8 Akumas in a fucking top 8 or 7 Akumas in one lucky bird, right? And there never will be because the game is free enough. The game is free enough. The game is loose. Tekken 7 is a loose game, as Maximilian Zubers. And most of these fighting games are. Most of these fighting games, there's enough variety in the top 8s and enough variety in competitive play that none of these characters you think are so broken need to be nerfed. A 3v3 game like Lab Coat, like Dragon Ball FighterZ, yeah, every team might have a Lab Coat 21, like every team had a fucking GT Goku, like every team had a UI Goku, but guess what? That's one fucking character out of the 3 on your team. If that character is dead, you get to see 4 other characters on the screen. 4 different characters on the screen. I see the same thing about Akuma. I don't see Akumas running around fucking ruining top 8s and killing everyone. Akuma doesn't have a 10 frame, doesn't need a 10 frame launcher. Yeah, probably not. You're right. He probably doesn't need a 10 frame launcher. But guess what? I don't see fucking 7 Akumas in top 8 ruining the goddamn game. I don't see Arslan, Ash, and Nee both picking Akuma, 2 of the best players in the fucking world. They play with whatever character they want because they're at the top of the game and they understand how good other characters are. We as scrubs, YouTube on, you're better than me, okay? But we as scrubs have no fucking clue how deep the Tekken rabbit hole goes. Sonic Fox, with his opinion, I'm sorry, their opinion. They're fine to have that opinion because they're at the top of the game in Dragon Ball FighterZ. So them saying that they think it is time for this rule breaker to go, fine, I don't like it, but I'll respect it because they're top of the game for Dragon Ball FighterZ. This is an amazing player. They're great, right? Hotashi saying that Happy Chaos does not need to be banned and you are the reason why you are losing to Happy Chaos. Respectable opinion. If you thought the other way around and thought Happy Chaos needed to be banned, respectable opinion. I don't care about pros' opinions, really. Well, that's unfortunate because they're better than you. They probably know more about the game. Maybe at a lower level, it's not easy to enjoy the game because of these broken characters. But that's why you just avoid them. Did you know that you can just hit not rematch and then move on to the next opponent? Launch Aswell was a problem in Soul Calibur 6, but we never talked about banning Launch Aswell or Launch Raph or Launch Ivy. None of them. We just got used to them and then eventually they got nerfed. Eventually, all 3 of those characters were nerfed into the ground, except Raphael, who's still a phenomenal character. One of the best in the game, actually. I don't know how they're finally coming around to say how broken she was, and I know she's been like that since day 1. Lydia? We're talking about Lydia. I thought you were talking about Android 21 lab code. Yeah, Lydia's super good, too. But, I mean, to be fair, I read this in the Twitch chat. They said, I'm not trying to pay $30 for mid-tier characters. They're like, I bought the season pass and I want these motherfuckers to be broken. And I get behind that sentiment because you can always balance down, right? If the game is done or whatever, like say Tekken 7 is done, unfortunately we're stuck with the broken messes that are characters like Fakumra and Leroy and Lydia and Akuma. We're stuck with those characters. But as you can see at the highest level of play, those characters aren't completely ruining the game, right? But when a game is still in its life cycle, like Dragon Ball FighterZ is, Dragon Ball FighterZ is definitely getting more patches. Guilty Gear Strive definitely getting more patches. There's no reason to ban a character like Happy Chaos. Even if you really truly believe they need to be banned, there's no reason to ban those characters right now because they're just gonna get nerfed down later. And if they don't, sure, then talk about bans. Luke in Street Fighter V, they were like, oh, Luke is way too good. They're gonna nerf Luke, and then they didn't. And this is the final patch for Street Fighter V. Maybe for the last few months of Street Fighter V, if Luke is absolutely ruining the game and every top 8 has 8 fucking Lukes, ban the character. But until then, there's no reason to ban any of these games. The fighting games of today are so free when it comes to how good most of, like, there's so many more characters that are viable. Older fighting games had way less viable characters. If you look at a character like Melee has 8 viable characters out of, like, I'm sorry, I guess if we really think about it, let's be real here. It has Fox, Falco, Marth, Sheik, Captain Falcon, Peach, Jigglypuff. It has like 7 viable characters out of the like 28 on the roster. That's actually one of the more balanced old fighting games that exist. And that's fucked up. We are in an age where fighting games are way more balanced than they ever have been. I really like that. I don't see any reason to like slowly start dwindling out the good characters just because we don't like them and just banning them. Ban. Because like I said earlier, that's going to set a dangerous precedent. The worst character in the game is eventually going to be the best character in the game because you're going to ban everyone else. And then you're going to complain about that last character and say, this is the only character in the game. We don't have the other characters to play, and this character's fucking broken. This is stupid. Ban this character. So if we ban this character, there's no one left to play, and we just have to stop playing the game. Oh. Like I said earlier, if we ban all the characters who do crazy shit in Street Fighter, there's only 2 characters left, Ryu and Guile. Ban everybody else. Ryu, Guile, Chun-Li, and Kin. That's it. You're gonna run into all these Brazilians online with 250 MS. They're gonna fuck your shit up. Instead of complaining, just get better. Anyways, if you enjoyed this little bit of a ramble talk segment about top tier characters, banning, nerfing, and just everything that kind of culminates from these 2 tweets here, 2 very respectable players in the fighting game community, leave a like on the video. It's going up on the YouTubes. Come by the Twitch streams. Comment on the video. Tell me about some characters you think are super broken in fighting games that need to be nerfed or banned. I'm gonna call you stupid if you say any character needs to be banned, by the way. And you can dislike the video if you want, but guess what? No one's gonna be able to see it anyway. And please feel free to subscribe. I'm hoping to hit like 500 subscribers by the end of the year. That'd be sick. So see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.